All right, gang, welcome to our circuit for today. We're going to need a wall, a floor, a yoga block, and pretty much that's it. Okay, and for our first exercise, we are going to start on your side and we're going to place your left foot on the wall. Okay, we're going to switch sides at the 30-second mark. And the way this is going to work is I'm going to get the inside of my foot on the wall. I want to start by just focusing on that. The inside of my foot is heavy on the wall. So I'm breathing in. Inside of my foot, my heel is heavy. I'm going to exhale. Slowly going to step over and come back. We're going to do about 5 on each side. But again, I'm going to focus on keeping my heel on the wall. As I step over like this, what this is going to do is try to pull my heel off the wall. So I want to be very cognizant of that. Keep the inside of my foot on the wall. I'm going to go ahead and switch sides. I'm going to place the inside of my right foot on the wall. Step over, bring it back. Again, you should feel that inner pressure through the heel and the inside of the foot that we talked about. Inhale as we're holding the knee in front. Exhale as we step over. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and stand up. And we're going to come into kind of a split stance here. And we're going to find the foot contact we worked on. I'm going to turn my foot out a little bit to the right, kind of in this direction. I'm going to find the inside of my foot. I'm just going to do a small chop. So I'm going to breathe in. And as I exhale, I'm going to hold the weight on the inside of my foot as I'm just slowly chopping up and down in this block. Just going to do 5 chops to each side. But I want to keep the weight through the inside of my foot. And try to get the inside of my leg working as I'm doing this. And again, we can point the foot forward. We can turn it out a little bit, but we're assuming that we're kind of holding here at this 45-degree angle. You can sort of play around with your foot contacts. You can turn a foot out. You can turn it forward. So inhaling with the block here. Exhaling as we chop. Okay, so I'm going to go back to my right foot again. I'm going to stay at this angle. I could also be here. I could also be here based upon our, what you find to be best. What I'm going to do is, again, my knee is pointed over my third toe, weights to the inside of my foot. I'm just doing these little up and down movements. Okay, I'm keeping the weight through the inside of my foot. I'm trying to make the stuff in the inside of my leg work. If necessary, you could turn your foot out, turn your foot in. Entirely what is needed for you. Going to go ahead and switch sides. And again, weights on the inside of this foot while the knee stays over about the third toe. Breathing through your nose on this. We're not worrying so much about syncing the inhale and the exhale, but again, just moving really slow. All right. We're going to go back to our step overs again, where we are concerned with the inhale and the exhale. So I'm going to place my foot on the wall, and I'm focused on keeping the inside of my foot on the wall. I'm going to inhale and then just exhale as I step over. Long inhale. Long exhale as we step. Go ahead and switch sides. A very slow movement here. Back with the foot. And just one more. Okay, so we can go ahead and stand it up. We're going to turn in one direction here. Again, find the inside of the foot. It's knock out about 5 chops. Go ahead and switch sides. Inhale the bottom. Exhale as we chop. Holding in this position. All right, so we're going to give that a rest. We're just going to do our knee drives. We're going to turn in this direction. Arm out. And again, I'm just doing these little movements. So the weight's on the inside of the foot. They're just coming up and down. Holding in this position. I think my speaker died. All right, I'm going to go ahead and just switch sides. So again, what you'll find too is that because we've been doing this work, you'll feel it's a skill to get these muscles to kick on, these inner thigh muscles. And you'll find that as you do this for longer, by the third set, it's going to be very easy to just like make them turn on almost immediately because your body is going to send a signal to your body. This is where I am in space. This is what I need to happen. So a lot easier once you find your foot contacts, once you can get this stuff to activate and turn off. So last round. Again, just placing my left foot on the wall, getting the inside of my left foot on this wall. I'm going to breathe in. Exhale and step over, come back through. You go ahead and switch sides. Stand up. Again, try to find the inside of this foot, which hopefully is, much easier now. Kind of playing around with your foot contact, finding the one that works best for you. Holding here, breathing in. Trying to make our chop maybe a little bit bigger this time. One more. All right, let's switch it sides. moving slow. And last one. All right, now we're just going to try to do our knee drives here. And again, you can think of this as just a little mini squat. All we're trying to do is just get our tibia to internally rotate a little bit, try to make this stuff work. So again, knees in line with the third toe, just kind of pulling ourselves down, bringing ourselves up. You get some inner thigh and maybe some shin, which would be great. We're just doing these little pulses in this position with the weight on the inside of my foot. Very important that. All right, let's switch sides. And just moving really slowly, moving with control. All right, see you in the next video. Great job.